the 11th Sunday of Ordinary Time. We are going to be going through Matthew's Gospel these Sundays of this year. And Matthew's Gospel has a lot to do with just learning about the person of Jesus. It's about intimacy, it's about letting Jesus be who Jesus is and who he is in our lives. So that's the orientation. Today's gospel is Jesus looking at the crowds with compassion, with not just pity, but receptivity, openness too. And he sees them because they are wandering. They are like sheep without a shepherd, no one to guide them. So he wants to be guiding them. And as we will see, he names 12 assistant pastors, shepherds, to go out among the people and extend his personality, his personal mission. And he gives them 4 things to do, which are very encouraging for us. What are we to do considering who we are? Might be a good way to look at it. We are of his flock. We want to resemble his personality and extend his mission. How do we do that mostly? And he gives them 4 specific works or missions: cure, raise, drive out, and cleanse. Well, what does that mean to us? He says, pray to the Lord of the harvest. Pray to him. He is the Lord of the harvest, as well as his Father. And they are to go out and reap the harvest. He has really 2 pastoral, agricultural, if you will, missions: to be shepherd and reapers of the harvest. So what is it for us in our own lives? So we are of the person of Jesus. Little by little we are meant to be reflective of his personality. Because it's just psychologically true that those people with whom we hang out relate most closely. Family, friends, group, team, faculty, whatever it is. Those people influence us. We are molded by the choices and attitudes and values of the people around us, as they are molded by how we live our values as well. It's a mutual creation, if you will. So here are the 4 things. He is sending them out by name. He said, now you go and cure. Okay, what is that? What is curing for us? From what do we cure others? Now, sickness in the time of Jesus was a result, as they thought, if you're sick, there must be some evil in you, some sin. So curing is perhaps by the way you relate with people. You do not relate with them in terms of their failures of the past, perhaps. To cure them of losing heart. And people lose heart, they're discouraged. The opposite of that is encourage, to put a heart into. How do you do that? By telling people, relating with people according to their gifts of personality, physical, mental gifts. Affirming might be a way of encouraging. The more we are people of heart, the more we will extend our hearts in the works of love. So maybe it's relating with people as you see that they are depressed, no spirit. So Jesus says, go out and cure those people who are victimized by maybe their own expectations of themselves. Cure them about what has taken their spirit, their heart away. What injuries? And it's not how you give them solutions, it's how you relate with them, how you stay with them, how you are a heart-giving person. So that might be one way of curing. Raising people might be another way. He said, go out and raise people from the dead. Well, we don't raise people from the dead so much as we raise people from the deadliness of their attitudes. And again, it's not by instruction, it's how you relate with them. Relate with them as if they too had the power to give life. And not let them be confined by the way you relate with them. Not let them be confined to negativity and not being enough. Anything that deadens them, their past, their injuries of the past, to raise them up by how you relate with them, how you are friends with them, insofar as they allow it. We always have to reverence borders. Jesus says, go out to all the people whom you meet. And drive out evil spirits, Jesus says to them. Drive out the spirits that we talk about in discernment, the spirits in ourselves, but especially in others, driving them. See, because the evil spirit, and we've probably said this many times, the evil spirit wants us not to do good. So to drive out those evil spirits is to help people see their gifts and the possibilities of their using those gifts. Driving out evil spirits of, you're not enough, you can't do that, that's impossible. What will people say? You'll be a failure. Hide. No, it's driving out death from people that they are to themselves. And so to drive out the evil spirits that say, you can't do it. You're never going to be enough. There are people, compare yourself with others and you're always going to be a loser. And look at that person and that woman and that man, and they do it much better than you, so don't even try. So the evil spirits are a spirit of negativity and hiding and comparing. And by how we relate with them, we drive out those kinds of spirits and invite them to accompany you in doing this. You can do it. We can do it together. Black negativities. Evil spirits want destruction. Good spirits, possibility, coming out of hiding, revelation. That's the work of the Spirit. But drive out bad spirits by how you invite people out of themselves. And then cleansing. Cleansing, obviously, in the time of Jesus was the cleansing of lepers. They were alienated. They were outside the camp. And so it's the Spirit, the cleansing for inclusion, for accompaniment, for companionship. And so people, There is so much division. There's so much division in community and in our culture because of, I need an identity. And it's this group and that group, and everybody else are unclean. I am the only one who's clean. And Jesus said, no, you know, apostles, you know I have healed you from your past. Go and help people live with their pasts as into their future. Because in Jesus, the cleansing is from something and for something. From the past for the future. So a lot of today's gospel is about invitation, encounter, identity by how you relate with them. How you get out of yourself, how I get out of myself to get into the lives of others and call them to relationship, community, and mission. So that the Jesus of the gospel is the Jesus of our prayer. Saying the same thing, he says the same thing to us that he says, now you go and do likewise. Be cured, be freed, be raised, and be an includer. Not say, and I'm going to make up a word, leopardizing. He's a leper, she's a leper. You know who she is, you know who he is, you know who they are. No, as a matter of fact, you don't. So it's a great gospel today as we begin this long series, and it'll go through the summer and the fall all the way to Advent. We will be watching and being close to Jesus, influenced by his values. Hear it and be glad.